Hey man, there's a reason so many men today feel like they're drowning in modern dating. It's not because they suddenly became weaker, less desirable, or less capable of love. It's because the rules of the game have changed and not in their favor. The helpless feeling men experience doesn't come from a lack of effort. It comes from the realization that no matter how much they give, it's never enough. Modern dating has shifted into a marketplace where women are flooded with options while men are treated as disposable. A swipe left, a ghost, a breadcrumb of attention. And suddenly the man who once thought he was building something real is left questioning his entire worth. It's not just rejection, it's the constant quiet erosion of hope. Men today are realizing that modern dating is less about connection and more about transaction. Social media, dating apps, and cultural conditioning have created an environment where attention is the new currency, and women are the ones cashing out. A man can pour his heart out, provide consistency, loyalty, and effort, but if she gets bored, distracted, or finds someone new on her phone screen, he's replaced instantly. And what makes it worse is that she won't even think she did anything wrong because in her mind, she deserves it. This leaves men feeling powerless because the traditional rules of commitment, effort, and loyalty no longer apply. They've been replaced with games, manipulation, and endless tests. And no matter how much a man tries to keep up, he feels like he's always one step behind. The helplessness runs deeper than rejection. It cuts into a man's identity. Men are natural builders. They're wired to create stability, to lead, to provide, to protect. But in modern dating, those traits aren't valued the way they once were. Instead, flashiness, instant excitement, and superficial attraction dominate. A man who works hard, stays loyal, and offers security is often overlooked for the thrill of a guy who gives her chaos and adrenaline. Imagine the confusion this creates. Men do everything society told them to do, only to watch women walk away for men who did none of it. It makes them feel like they're losing a game where the rules are rigged, and slowly that helpless feeling becomes something worse. Resentment. Men also feel trapped in silence. Society tells them to man up, to not complain, to swallow their pain. So when they're ghosted, cheated on, or left after years of commitment, they're expected to just take it without question. No sympathy, no understanding, just a cold reminder that they were replaceable all along. Meanwhile, women are encouraged to share their side endlessly with entire movements and communities, uplifting their struggles. But who speaks for the men? Who acknowledges their heartbreak, their confusion, their frustration? Almost no one, and that silence eats away at them. The helplessness isn't just about losing women, it's about losing their voice. The cruelest part of modern dating is that it convinces men that their effort is meaningless. They invest their time, energy, and soul into relationships only to be discarded without warning. And the message they internalize is devastating. You don't matter. What you bring isn't enough. Someone else is better. This constant replacement culture breaks something inside men. They start to wonder if loyalty even exists anymore. They question if women even want love, or if they only want attention, excitement, and endless validation. And once a man sees behind the curtain, once he feels the sting of being used and replaced, he can never see dating the same way again. That helpless feeling isn't temporary. It changes him forever. Another reason men feel helpless in modern dating is because the standards placed on them are impossibly high, while the standards placed on women are virtually non-existent. A man is expected to be financially stable, emotionally intelligent, physically fit, ambitious, funny, adventurous, confident, romantic, protective, and available all at once. But a woman can simply exist, and men will line up to pursue her. This imbalance leaves men questioning why they even bother. They spend years developing themselves, grinding through setbacks, improving their lives, only to discover that their effort is undervalued compared to a quick thrill or an empty promise from someone less deserving. And when she leaves for the man who put in no effort, the message becomes clear. All his sacrifices, all his discipline, all his dedication were invisible in her eyes. That's not just disappointing, it's soul-crushing. What amplifies the helplessness is the illusion of abundance women live in compared to men. On dating apps, the average woman has hundreds of men ready to message her within minutes of joining. While the average man may get ignored for weeks, women are conditioned to believe that there's always someone better just a swipe away. So instead of investing in the man who's present, they're distracted by the endless buffet of options, most of which aren't even real possibilities. Men, on the other hand, put everything into one woman only to be blindsided when she discards him for the next thrill. He feels not only replaced, but cheated by a system that rewards her passivity while punishing his effort. It makes men feel like they're chasing ghosts, while women are surrounded by endless doors waiting to be opened. The emotional manipulation women use today only deepens that despair. Brockending, ghosting, hot and cold behavior, and emotional tests have become standard. Women withhold affection only to give it in short bursts when they feel like reeling a man back in. This leaves him addicted to her approval, constantly guessing what he did wrong, constantly bending himself into new shapes to win her back. And here's the sick truth. Many women enjoy this. They enjoy watching men squirm under their control. Not because they plan to commit, but because it feeds their ego. The helplessness men feel is like being trapped in a maze with no exit. Every time they think they've reached clarity, the walls shift, and the longer they stay, the more drained they become until they barely recognize themselves. Modern dating also strips men of security because everything feels temporary. Women glorify independence, hypo-individualism, and options. Relationships aren't built to last, they're built to entertain. So even when a man gives his all, he can never truly relax. He knows deep down that her loyalty is conditional, that the moment the excitement fades, she may decide she deserves better. This looming threat of abandonment keeps him on edge, and living in constant anxiety isn't love, it's torture. He's not a partner in her life, he's a performer in her show. And when the audience gets bored, the curtain closes. That instability eats at men, making them believe that true partnership no longer exists. They're not paranoid. They're responding to a dating culture where women can leave in a flash and justify it as self-love, perhaps. The darkest part of modern dating for men is the realization that their pain doesn't matter to anyone but themselves. When women hurt, the world rallies to support them. But when men hurt, they're mocked, ignored, or told to man up. This double standard creates a silent epidemic of suffering. Men feel isolated, unable to share the weight of their heartbreak. They turn to the gym, to work, to distractions, not because they don't feel pain, but because they know no one will catch them if they fall apart. That helpless feeling isn't just about women. It's about a world that tells men their struggles don't matter. And once a man sees how disposable he truly is in modern dating, something inside him hardens. He stops hoping for fairness. He stops hoping for reciprocity. And instead, he either walks away or he learns to play the game with cold detachment. As men navigate this broken landscape, they start to realize something even more unsettling. The women they meet are rarely looking for connection. They're looking for attention. This distinction is critical. Connection is about building, investing, and growing together. Attention, on the other hand, is about consumption. She doesn't want to share her soul. She wants to feed her ego. So, when men offer their consistency, loyalty, and genuine interest, it gets treated as boring or suffocating. But when chaos enters the picture, when she's unsure, when she's made to feel like she could lose him, suddenly her interest spikes. This creates an environment where men feel punished for being stable and rewarded only when they withhold. The helplessness isn't just about losing her. It's about losing the meaning of what love is supposed to be. This helplessness also breeds distrust. After being ghosted, lied to, cheated on, or replaced enough times, men start questioning whether women even know what they want. And the truth is, many don't. They claim to want stability, but chase chaos. They claim to want loyalty, but flirt with every distraction available. They claim to want respect, but disrespect men who provide it. For men, this inconsistency feels like living in a house built on sand. Every time they try to stand firm, the ground shifts beneath them, and that constant instability makes them cynical. They stop believing words, they stop trusting promises, and they start expecting betrayal. That's why so many men feel emotionally numb in modern dating. It's not because they don't care. It's because caring has become too dangerous. Modern dating has also stripped men of one of the most important things they need in life: purpose within relationships. Historically, men found pride and meaning in protecting and providing for the woman they loved. But today, that role is mocked as outdated or labeled as toxic. Women claim they want equality, yet still expect men to provide and protect. The contradiction leaves men confused and drained. If they provide, they're taken for granted.